Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Majority of us use Gmail, but there are certain features within Gmail which we are not aware of. Earlier I published one video where I shared 10 such tips. In this video, I am going to share 10 more Gmail related tips which will help you to use it more efficiently. At the end of the video, I'll share 2 more bonus tips and one additional information which will be helpful for you. So without wasting much time, let's get into the video right now. So tip number 1 is Smart Compose. If I click on Compose and start typing anything in the body of the email, maybe how, you can see when I typed how, it's already suggesting are you. So what I need to do, if I want to go ahead with this particular suggestion, then I just need to hit tab from my keyboard. So now you can see it completed the sentence. Similarly, if I just start typing anything else, maybe hope. Now once I typed E, it already suggesting me everything is well. So this is something very, very helpful and you will be able to use whenever you are typing anything within Gmail. Now let me show you from where you can enable this particular option. By default it's enabled, but let's talk about some of the pointers here. If you follow my mouse, if I go to this top right corner and click on this settings icon, then I'll be able to see that option, see all settings. Let me minimize this window. Yeah, see all settings. So if I click there, here in the general tab, you will be able to see Smart Compose here, right? You can see that Smart Compose personalization and Smart Compose both are on. Now, what are these options? Once you enable it, it will suggest you whenever you are typing. That's the thing what I just shown you. So second one is Smart Compose personalization. So that depends on how you write your email. Based on your writing style, Google will suggest you in the similar way. Maybe in an email, generally you address with hi or hey or maybe hello. So what it will do, it will learn that particular pattern and it will suggest you in a similar way. Maybe whenever you are ending an email there, are you writing regard or maybe with love or whatever it is. So it will learn those patterns. So it's not about only the starting of the email or the end of the email. In the body of the email also, it will suggest you in the similar way you write your emails. So this will be very, very helpful, Smart Compose. So let me go back to my inbox. Now coming to tip number 2, which is a very, very interesting one. Whenever we are sharing our email address with others, sometimes what happens, that email address is not being only used for that company. Those details are being shared and you start getting multiple promotional emails. We all know and we face this particular problem. So now there is one way using which you can avoid the same. So let me show you how you can do that. I just opened one of the notepad and let me type any of the email address, maybe shandipbanerjee@gmail.com. Okay, this is not my email address, so don't send email there so someone else will get it. Here, in case you just add a dot here, maybe after Shandip and before Banerjee, and I share this email address to someone, what Gmail does, Gmail ignores any of the dots within any of the email address. So what will happen for Gmail, shandipbanerjee@gmail.com and shandip.banerjee@gmail.com are all the same. So whenever you are sharing your email address, if you now start adding any of the dot to just understand that to whom you shared your email address and how they are using that, you will be able to understand. How you can do that? Maybe you can start creating a filter. Whenever any email will be sent to shandip.banerjee@gmail.com, then you will understand it's a promotional message and you will be able to filter and understand with whom you shared that address and who are using it. Now you may think that just adding a dot and I am sharing my email address to multiple people, then how I am going to track? There is another way. If you just add any of the plus sign, and then you start writing anything, maybe any of the newsletter, then this email also will come to you. Gmail will ignore this dot and Gmail will also ignore anything after that plus sign. So this is the way you can also track it. So whenever you are sharing your email address to subscribe any of the newsletter, you can use this particular address. Or maybe you are sharing it with any other company, that also you will be able to track accordingly if you just start writing that company name after the plus sign. So this is the way it will help you to track back that who are spamming you, and also you will be able to use multiple filters within Gmail to avoid those promotional messages. So hopefully this particular tip will be helpful and it will help you to keep your mailbox clean. Now let us go to our next tip, that is tip number 3. Now, tip number 3 is related to shortcuts. So we all use keyboard shortcuts whenever we are using our computer. Now that is applicable for Gmail also. So if you just hit shift and question mark, it will show you all those keyboard shortcuts which are available with Gmail. Now the top part, you can see there are some of the keyboard shortcuts what you can use. There are some shortcuts are there which are very basic, like bold, or maybe you are doing undo or redo. But there is another set which you can enable or disable. I already have it enabled. So there are several keyboard shortcuts you can use within Gmail. So if you're a kind of a person who normally likes to use keyboard shortcuts and avoid using mouse for majority of the time, you can use this particular feature. Now let us go to our next tip, that is tip number 4, and that is how to use multiple signatures within Gmail. Now let's see how we can set up a signature and maybe multiple signatures. So if I go and click on compose, a new email pop-up will come. And here, if you just follow my mouse, in the bottom right corner, there is one icon that is insert signature. If you click there, it's showing us a couple of options. First of all, that is manage signature. So you can manage your signature, and I'm going to cover this particular option now. Second one is no signature. You can click there and there will not be any signature. You can see it's blank now. And third one is the signature is already set up there. Now let me show you what are the options are there in manage signatures. If you click there, it will open that option within settings, and we are in the general tab only. If you go down in the bottom part of the page, you will be able to find this option, that is signature. Now here I have only one signature set up. So if I just wanted to edit, maybe I just wanted to remove this particular space. And if I want to add another signature, let me click on create new. And if I just type only Sandeep here, I create a new one, maybe only my first name. So this is one. Second one is if I just edit and I can change the signature name also. Maybe this is Sandeep Banerjee. So this is the way now I have my two signatures. One is with full name and another is only with my first name. So once this is done, you can just scroll down and you can click on save changes. And now if I just close this message and if I click on this compose again, and if I click on this particular button in the bottom part of my page, now you can see this newly created only Sandeep and second one Sandeep Banerjee, both are selected. And this is the way you can toggle between different signatures as per your requirement. So now let us move to our next tip, that is how to set out of office in Gmail. So let me show you how. If you follow my mouse, if I again go to this settings button and click on see all settings, and if you scroll down and go to extreme end of this particular page, you will be able to see out of office auto reply. So currently it's off. If I wanted to turn it on, I just need to click on this particular button. I need to mention a date from when to when I'll be out of office. So if you are not sure that when you will be able to back from your vacation, you can keep this last day option as unchecked. But if you wanted to set it, you can also mention, maybe let me type 16, only one day. Okay, that's enough for now. And you can mention a subject, maybe out of office response. And if I just add a text here and click on save changes, then you will be able to see that my out of office will get enabled. So let me click on save changes. Now you can see in the top part of this page, out of office response is already on. If you click on end now, then it will end. Unfortunately, I'm not on vacation. So let me click on end now. Now this out of office is turned off. So this is the way you can set your out of office whenever you are on vacation and you don't want to get disrupted by multiple emails. So this is the option to use. Now coming to tip number 6, that is nudges. Now what is that? Sometime what happens, you sent an email to someone and you told them to revert back by next 2 days. Now similar way, you may need to also respond an email within 7 days of time. In normal cases, if you are not maintaining a calendar or to-do list, there is all possible chance that you may miss to track those emails. So there is one option within Gmail which can help you to track with those emails. So let me show you how. Again, if I go to this settings icon and then I click on see all settings, under general tab, if you scroll down, you will be able to see one option that is nudges. like suggest emails to reply to. So what it will do, in case any of the email you may need to respond by 3 days, but that needs to be mentioned in the body of that email that you need to maybe respond by that so and so date. So what Gmail will do, Gmail will read those emails and that particular email will come to the top of your inbox as a reminder to you. Similarly, for the sent emails, the next one that suggests emails to follow up on, in case you sent an email to someone else and they are supposed to revert back by next 2 to 3 days, if they don't respond by those timelines, so again that email will also appear in the top of your inbox as a reminder to you. So this is an excellent feature. You can use it. I normally use another extension for this particular purpose, that is Boomerang. I'm going to cover it in one of my future video. However, within Gmail, this particular option is already built in and you can start using it. So this is all about our tip number 6. Now moving to tip number 7, that is clean up your Gmail view. Let me show you how you can use it. Now I'm back to my inbox and here you can see there are multiple things, right? In the left pane, there are multiple different options. The Meet option is there, Hangout is there. There is another pop-up for the sign in, and in the right pane, there are some additional shortcuts are also there. So there are a couple of options using which you can clean up this particular view to next level. First of all, if you go to this bottom right corner and click on this particular arrow, it will hide that side panel. So you will be able to have a cleaner look here. Now this is absolutely upon you that if you use those side panel or very often, that is it useful for you or you wanted a more cleaner view. So that's up to you. So this is one option. Now second one is that here you can see this Meet and Hangout. Now we can clean up this particular options also. If you follow my mouse, if I go to this settings gear icon again and click on see all settings, there are different multiple tabs here in the top. If I click on chat and meet, there are certain options. First of all, chat, you can just click on turn off. And in the meet also, you can click hide meet section and then you can click on save changes. What it will do, it will clean up that view and in the left pane, now this is a clean slate. So it's a much more cleaner view compared to your normal Gmail. So if you are looking for this kind of a view, you can start using it. So till now, I have shared 7 tips. Just go to comment section now and let me know which one you like the most. Now coming to the next tip and tip number 8. Normally we use label within Gmail. If you see in the left part of my page, there are certain label I already use. The one is the act, the second one is defer, third one is delegate. So now all these options are visible now. Act doesn't have any email, defer have 4 and delegate also doesn't have any. So that is, there is no unread mail there. Now there is one option. If you click on these 3 dots, there is one option that is show if unread. So in case of any unread email will be there under that label, then only it will be visible. Otherwise it will be hidden. For me, I have only 3 labels here. That's why I'm able to manage it. But for your email system, if you use multiple such labels, then this particular option will be helpful. So let me click on that. So now you can see that act label is not visible here. Only defer is visible. If I just click on that and also click there, show if unread, then this is still visible because defer have 4 unread emails. So using this particular option, you can clean up your email view to the next level. So, and you will be able to avoid whatever possible distractions are there within this Gmail view. If you click on more, you will be able to see that particular option here. If you wanted to get it back, then you can just click on show. So now it's again back to the normal. Coming to 9th tip of this video, that is reading pane. So now whenever you have some emails and you just click to open and then again go back, there is one option within this particular view. You can read your emails just by clicking on them. So let me show you how. If you go to this gear icon again and scroll down, you will be able to see there are 3 options. There is no split, which is currently selected. That is why you are not able to see that pane. Another option is right side of inbox and below inbox. If I click on right side of inbox, so let me click there. Now you'll be able to see there is another pane opened in the right side of the page, and that is currently not showing any conversation because nothing is selected. If I click on this email, so now you'll be able to see content of that email in the same view. So this will be very helpful in case you wanted to glance through all of your emails just by clicking them. This particular option will be very helpful. You can enable it if you wanted to. As of now, we completed 9 tips and this is the 10th and the final one. But don't worry, after this particular tip, there will be another 2 bonus tips. So the 10th tip is how to open chat option within your Gmail view. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If you follow my mouse and if I click on this gear icon again and click on see all settings, there are multiple tabs and we already talked about one of them, that is chat and meet. Let me go there. And there is one option that is chat position in the right or left side of the inbox. Let me click on this right side of the inbox and let me click Google Chat instead of Classic Hangout. So let us select this particular option. You can see it's showing that welcome to the chat in Gmail. So this is a new feature introduced within Gmail. If you click OK, it will make the necessary changes and you need to just hit on save changes. In the next view, you can see that pop-up will come in the right side of the page. You can see. So this is one of the welcome message. So let me click on get started. And so now this is the option. It's showing that you can chat with friends in this using this particular pen. So you can just glance through that different options maybe by clicking next, and it will show you the way you can go to different chat rooms and you can chat with your friends and families. And if you just click on done, then in the right side of the page, this particular option will be available. You will be also able to set your status in the active or busy or do not disturb or whatever it is, that from this particular drop down. So this is one view within Gmail only. You will be able to see your chat options. If you wanted to see this particular chat options in the left side of the page, then you can again go to settings, click on all settings and go to chat and meet option and click on left side of inbox and save changes. What it will do, it will bring it to the left side of your page and you will be able to see those options here. So hopefully this was helpful and you will be able to use it. As we came together till this long, let me present 2 more bonus tips which I talked about in the beginning of this particular video. So the first bonus tips and the 11th one is offline mode. If you want to access your Gmail whenever you don't have internet access, you can keep that option enabled beforehand. So let me show you from where you can do it. You can go to the settings, again click on see all settings, and there on the top bar you will be able to find one tab that is offline. Now once you will click on enable offline email, it will give you certain options. Currently it will use 17 MB of the storage on your computer. You can check for your mailbox that how much space it's going to take, and if you have that kind of space to accommodate, so that you can check. Secondly, the sync settings, till what extent you wanted to retain those emails. Maximum limit is 90 days old. You can check that. You can also enable or disable that attachments if you want or no. So in that way you can do that. If you are using your own computer, you can keep this offline data on your computer and you can just click on save changes. What it will do, it will keep those emails on your computer, and later you will be able to access your emails just by going to mail.google.com and your emails will be available. So this will be an excellent option. Maybe you are going to travel somewhere and where you are expecting that internet access will not be there and you wanted to clear up some of the emails in your free time. In those kind of situations, this option can be very, very useful. So use it as per your requirement. So this is bonus tip number 1. Now coming to the bonus tip number 2, that is send and archive. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Normally, I prefer to keep my mailbox clean. Whenever any email will come, normally I take 3 actions. Either I act on that, or I defer it for the later time, or I delegate to someone else. So whenever that action is completed on that particular email, I also prefer to archive that. So in my inbox, only those emails will be there where some sort of my actions are pending. So how I normally do that, and let me show you that option also here. If I open any of the email and I just go to reply on that, you can see I have one additional button here. That is the blue one, that is send plus archive. So I have these 2 options. What I can do, I can respond to this email and I can just send. What it will do, the mail will be sent, but this email will still reside on your inbox. But if you wanted to just respond and click on send plus archive, then what it will do, it will send that email, but that email will be moved from your inbox to archive. So using a single click, what you are able to do, you are able to respond to that email, and that email will not be visible to your inbox to keep it clutter free. I'm already in process of publishing a course in Skillshare which will cover how to manage your emails and keep it clutter free. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you wanted to see that content. And once this will be published, a free link will be shared in this particular channel only. I'll be publishing a short video with those details. If you like the 12 tips which I shared in this particular video, give this video a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing to my channel in case you wanted to watch similar content in future. I have another video which contains 10 more Gmail related tips. You can follow this end video card to check that particular video. I'll also add that particular link in the description below. Thank you for your time. We'll see you in one of my next video.